Not gonna lie, we've been filming for a while. My brain's literally cooking because it's hot in here.
It's pretty hot.
But this is a video we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You told your concert tales. I don't have as good a tales because I haven't been to as many big concerts. In fact, I've only been to one big concert, and it was Shakira. So that's a thing.
I got a hand job at a Shakira concert.
All right.
So that's a story. Anyway.
That's a tale. I definitely didn't. I did think I saw her tit, and I was super excited just to realize that it was actually just like a bra, and I was very disappointed.
I'll take a Shakira bra over a naked tit any day.
Dude, I would rather get no action for the rest of my life just to see Shakira's ass once.
That would be great.
I mean, I'm already headed to the no action the rest of my life route.
You just need the ass part.
I just need the ass.
I got Terrence Howard's ass for you.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Anyway.
He has a bigger ass.
And it's not good.
Nope.
Anyway.
So, I got a tale, but it's not necessarily the actual concert that was the amusing part. But I will get into that because it was a good show. It was a local show for the Chop Tops. We have seen them. I have seen them like 3 times. You saw them once. This was the second time we saw them, or third. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. It was I had already seen them, so I already knew what I was getting into. And the first time we saw them, the singer had that kind of weird thing with me. You were there for this one. We were talking for a while, and it was kind of bizarre. There is photographic evidence. But hair is terrible, and it will never be seen. But anyway, that was the thing. Like, he gave me his gamer tag for freaking on Xbox Live and shit. It was weird. It was bizarre. But that's fine, that happens. Maybe he was just being nice. He was like, this little fat kid's pathetic. I'm going to throw him a little bone, right? Anyway, so flash forward like a year, and I get a little message on my little Xbox, and it's his ass. He sent me a little message being like, hey, we're headed to your town again if you want to go. And I'm like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. Of course, no one knows who this person is except for me. Anyway, I was excited. And then we had fully had, we were planning to go anyway. Me and the Guardian. Anyway, we go, and this place is it's in downtown. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Which is like pretty far from where we live. And it's kind of like, there's no parking. You gotta park in like a designated parking area. And the old Guardian's a big wuss. Much like I am. But he was being a big old wuss this day. So to be, quote, to be safe, we park 8 trillion miles away from the freaking, from the venue. Or venue, it's just a bar. We parked like 10 trillion miles away. So we have to walk all the way over there, which is fine. I need to walk. Look at me, I'm blob. But, we take our 18-hour hike to the place. Now, here's the thing. We parked in a very sketchy parking lot. Like, there was no guy. Like, usually there's a guy there to take your money, right? And they give you, like, a little ticket or something. And there's, like, a guy taking care of your car. Nope. This is just, like, a parking. And you put your money into a slot. A slot. That's it. It's just a slot. And somehow they know that you paid. So it's like, all right, let's put our money in the slot. And the entire time, you know how he is. Guardian's like, ooh, this little slot. No! So the entire time we're walking to the freaking bar, and he's like worrying. He's like, man, that slot.
It's just a fucking hole in the wall.
It's not good. I literally just put my freaking vehicle in a ditch somewhere and paid a wall to take care of it. This is not good. So we eventually get to the bar, which by the way is a gay bar.
It'd have to be.
It'd have to be. So we go in there. Everybody's like, "Y'all banging?" And we're like, "No, we're here for the show." And they're like, "All right, cool, sure." So we go in, and I'm thirsty because it was a long walk, and it was in the midst of summer. So I'm thirsty, right? And I'm like, "Ooh, I'm thirsty," and I'm underage at the time, so I can't get like a beer or something. Not that would be a good thirst quenching thing, but there's no options for me, in other words. So I'm already like, ooh, this is not good. We get there at 6. The show starts at 9. So I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, that's fucking early as shit.
That's the thing. Well, because there was multiple bands. Technically, the show started around 8. But the bands we cared about started around 9. The actual Chop Tops came out at 12, so it was a long show for me, you know. And anyway, we go in. This place is weird. Like there's beams in the middle where they have like the main stage. There are only like 3 people can fit, and there's like a beam that's gonna cover the rest of the people. So it's like, woo, this is good. Anyway, we walk in, and freaking the lead singer sprints to the freaking front. He's like the Flash and shit, and it's like, oh shit, you came. And I'm like, all right, cool, mind you, but a little weird. Anyway, he's like talking to us and shit, and their guitarist has a weird, like, it becomes weirdly attached to the Guardian. It's bizarre. Anyway, this is actually the 3rd time we saw them, so we had already seen them before, so they kind of knew him already. But it was still weird, you know? Like, what is this little attachment y'all got? Meanwhile, I'm sucking off Sinner in the back. Anyway, we go up to their little merch booth, and we're just talking to them for a while. And their merch guy is the brother or cousin, I don't remember. I think it's brother of another band we like, Royal Crown Review. It's like, I didn't know that until later. I was like, holy shit, it's the guy related. Anyway, they're being super cool. We buy a bunch of shit. They sign our shit. It's cool. And then the show starts, and I'm like, ooh. So we go up there. The first couple bands are local, and they kind of stink. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, this is a thing. But I keep going back there, and they keep talking to me and shit. Anyway, the show eventually ends. Although I will say that, I'll throw this one in. Once the Chop Tops came out, I got up to the front. And since it's a small place, they got it's literally just a massive speaker and this tiny ass stage, right? And I'm right next to the freaking human-sized speaker, freaking destroying my insides as the music comes out. I'm like, oh, cool, mind you, but at the same time, ooh, I like this pain. So as I'm being liquefied from the inside out, he freaking signals out and throws his little like spank rag, right? I grab it. I'm like, hoot hoot, and then he throws his little freaking his little shirt that he wore, and I reach for it. The Guardian also reaches for it. Someone else grabs it, but the Guardian yanks it away from his hand and it falls to the ground. And it was like, dude, we were like a team. We were like the Avengers. He did the yank. I looked down. I freaking stepped on it as to claim ownership. He bends down and grabs it, and there's another guy reaching for it, but our teamwork was so on fleek that we got that shit. And I refused to wash it until Mom came in and just washed it, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Anyway, that was the show. It was cool. But on the way back, it was very important to say that the entire time, Guardian's like, man, my car, it's not going to be there. And I'm like, just chill out, dude. Meanwhile, I'm like, oh man, I'm thirsty. So it was like this multiple hours of this car's not going to be there. On the way back, we're like, ooh, his worried self had reached an all-time high. He's like, it's not going to be there. He was convinced it's not going to be there. Got there, car's there, of course. And we're like, oh, that's cool. So we get in our little car and we're thirsty, right? Because freaking, it was a long show. And we stop at a 7-Eleven. And there's I don't want to say it, but there's this little kind of sketchy looking little black guy, right? It's just happening. It was a thing. He was a little black guy. He was looking all sketchy. And the little Mexican guy up in the front was like, this guy's sketchy. He's keeping an eye out for him. We come in. We get our little. We come in and he tells us like, be careful with that dude back there because he's back in where the beers are, which it's already closed. They can't get any more, right? Yeah. It was already like 1. We get here. We're like, all right. We grab our little drinks and shit, and we go up there. And then they're talking. He goes up to the cashier, and they're talking shit. And I'm like, ooh, let's just stay back here. We don't want to get rat-a-tat-tatted with some gats. And the freaking dude's, I guess he had already called the cops. But the little black dude gets in his little, like, leaves, like, storms away and gets in his little car and starts driving away. Just as a freaking, like, entire freaking police station of cars comes and it was like a freaking full speed chase. And I was like, pretty cool. We almost got shot. Anyway, that's my tale. It wasn't great, but we almost got killed, and the Guardian was worried the whole time.
Well, that's usually the case with the Guardian. He worries a lot. But yeah, we've gotten pretty lucky with meeting bands. especially when it comes to psychobilly, which you and I are both pretty big fans of, and that's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Chop Top's really cool, like you said. Mutilators were fucking awesome.
Which was the first show I'd ever been to.
Yeah, it's just such a small scene that you get to meet all these fucking people and commiserate, and hang, chill, get a little something extra, and hopefully not freeze like I did in front of fucking Charlie D'Angelo.
There was another time where it was the first show we went to. There was a lot of bands, and we were there to see Necromantics, but we ended up enjoying a lot of the other bands. I would say a little more, actually, for me at least.
Oh, you were dying by the end. So
by the end, I was about to die. Yeah,
thing.
which is the tale.
There's another tale. I went to see Manson another time, and this was a cross-state trip, and it was me and the Guardian. And by the time I got there, we were waiting in line, and somehow between getting in line and getting into the venue, I lost my voice.
All right.
Like it was gone. Like I couldn't talk. So that was fucking weird. But, then I tried to sneak into the pit because this was a pit. It was not general admission, which usually his shows are. This was a theater, like an actual theater. So they actually cordoned off the pit. And we tried to sneak in there, and then we got caught.
All right.
Got put back in our place. But anyway, the point is, we watched the show. It was pretty badass. Watched Manson get fucking pissed and kick Tim Skold off the fucking stage. So that was a thing.
Yeah.
And then they had John 5 had just left the band. So they had a replacement guitarist that was barely learning.
Juan Cinco.
And might as well have been Juan Cinco, because fuck. He fucked up like the beginning of... when you fucked up.
It's alright. Oh, bong bong borg.
Yeah.
Sweet Dreams?
Yeah, he fucked up at the beginning of Sweet Dreams. And it pissed Manson off super bad to the point where he kicked him off the stage.
All right.
And tried to fucking fuck with him every single damn time. So that was pretty cool to see.
What I'm getting from Manson is that he's a very stable stand-up individual.
Oh yes, he's the epitome of civilized man.
Yep.
But anyway, it was a neat concert. But by the time we went out, there was an opening band called Opiate for the Masses, which by the way stole the fucking show. They were awesome. Too bad the band has broken up since then. But we were leaving the venue, and Opiate for the Masses, the entire band was up front. But I didn't know what it was, laryngitis, I don't know, something, but I had no voice.
Dick sucking.
And I wanted to get an autograph, but one, I couldn't talk, and two, I didn't want to affect them with whatever I might have gotten.
Oh man, that would have been great.
So they broke up. So we just ended up leaving, and we get in the car, we were heading back home again. We're crossing states here, and I get progressively ill. And I don't know what it is. And so we stop at a place, and I grab some Tylenols. Or I think Guardian grabbed them for me, if I remember correctly. The point is, he gives them to me. I pop like a handful of them. Like 5-6 Tylenols. Which already is like, you shouldn't do that. But
unless you're Manson.
I was feeling fucked. So might as well fuck it up more, right? So I popped a fucking handful of them. Easily 5-6, maybe even more. Popped them in, and I don't remember the rest of the trip.
Yep.
Because as it turns out, those were super fucking strong Tylenols. They weren't the regular ones. They were like mega strength.
It was like bears.
I came to consciousness like we're coming back towards Texas. We're just about to enter Texas, and we're at a gas station. So I crossed 2 states. It's like a 8-hour drive, give or take. And I crossed 2 states, and I didn't fucking know jack shit from one point forward. But according to fucking The Guardian, at one point, I was blathering mindlessly about this and that. And he was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? He stopped somewhere, and apparently I confronted some cop about something.
All right.
And he had to pull me away, and I don't know what the fuck happened. But for some stretch of time, I was completely not in control of myself, and apparently I confronted a cop or some shit. And so, yeah.
That's good.
I don't know what the fuck happened to me, but I was fucking ill, apparently.
My favorite part, my favorite tale of U2's adventures is I think it was from a concert. You were coming back from a concert. And it was like you said, it was a long drive, and the Guardian literally fell asleep for about
driving?
half the freaking state.
That was the same fucking trip.
Oh, really? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you were literally in the midst
on the verge of
you were
death.
like, oh, and he was over there asleep on the wheel.
That was pretty good. That was a good concert, though. So I guess there's that.
Yeah.
Actually, that might have been the Arch Enemy concert. It was one of them that he slept on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a thing.
That's a thing.
And yeah, as aforementioned, I got a hand job at a Shakira concert, winning. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been us rattling off about shirts.
And then we're talking about the mint.
The mint. It's pretty good. This has been Ahab.
Mint.
This has been Ahab and the Goontick. Hit like, share, subscribe, and those notifications for more incoherent blather from a couple of fat assholes. We're out.